This is the fastest method I know of teaching someone how to play the piano. It's how I was taught, and you just have to be willing to do the work. And basically, you put your hands both in C position. This pinky goes on C, this thumb goes on C, and I'm going to tell you that this is going to look really easy, but it's very, very hard. And let me show you what it is. It's going to be pinky thumb, it's going to be ring finger, index finger, it's going to be middle fingers, it's going to be index finger and ring finger, it's going to be thumb, pinky, and then back again. Pinky thumb, ring finger, index finger, middle fingers, index finger, ring finger, thumb, pinky. And this will become faster and faster as time goes on, and eventually it will feel normal. It does not matter how fast you go as long as it's correct. Now, I'll tell you what your brain is going to want to do. It's going to want to mirror itself. So what your brain will naturally do is pinky, pinky, ring finger, middle fingers, index fingers, thumbs. So you have to discipline yourself to do what your brain was not meant to do. And for me, this took about 2 weeks as a grown man. And then the second exercise to get your fingers ready to play is what we call a middle finger crossover. And basically, you start in C position just like before, but you're going to go the entire range of the octave. So it would be like this. Pinky thumb, ring finger, index finger, middle fingers, index finger, and thumb. And the thumb always goes underneath the middle finger. And then thumb, index finger, and then the middle finger goes over the thumb and its middle fingers, and then index finger, ring finger, thumb, pinky, and then back again. It'll be pinky thumb, ring finger, index finger, middle fingers, thumb goes underneath the middle finger, index finger, and thumb, index finger, and then middle finger over the thumb on the right hand side, so middle fingers, index finger, ring finger, thumb, pinky. And over time, it'll be it's been a second since I've done this exercise, so does not matter how fast you go. Eventually, the speed will be there, and it'll just feel normal. Now, the last stage of playing music is just a bit of advice from me to you, okay? You'll have to learn how to read sheet music, and when you do, you have to practice two-handed. You cannot learn with one hand and then with the other and try to mash them together eventually. It does not work. It never has. It never will. I've seen it work on really simple stuff, but for the most part, you're never going to learn that way. And the reason why it's taught is so you'll have to buy a bunch of piano lessons. But always learn two-handed. And so basically what you're doing is you figure out where your fingers are going to go for the first note or set of notes, and then you figure out where they're going to go for the next set of notes. And so let me do something real basic. Blessed Assurance is one of my favorites, so that's the first one, that's the second one. So you do that till that feels natural, and then you add the next series of notes. And eventually you're able to play. Now, when you start to become good enough, that's when you start worrying about timing, counting them out as you go. with coordination comes timing, but if you don't practice by counting them out, by doing and one and, if you don't learn like that, all slow, but also counting at the same time, your speed's going to be off by the time it does become fast enough to be, you know. So, anyways, that's how I learned how to play the piano. That's how I taught 3 of my children how to learn the piano. It's been over 20 years since I learned, and I'm always learning more stuff. I totally enjoy playing the piano, but at first, it was a lot of work. It's a lot of work because your brain doesn't want to do that. Your brain just doesn't want to do 2 different things at the same time, and it really can't. That's why you have to learn two-handed until it feels natural and right. So be safe out there, have a good time, and enjoy music. I think music's a gift from God.